Long way, get this shit a long way, shit a long way. Long way, hit it long way, 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 shit long way, 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 shit a long way. Gotta get the shit a long way, get the shit a long way, finish rich, yeah. Gotta get the shit a long way, get the shit a know she don't really understand, man. Gotta know she don't really understand, man. Gotta get a meal, she don't understand. She be tripping every day, she be tripping every way. But I gotta get this shit a long way, gotta get this shit a long way. Tryna get money every single way, tryna get money every single day, get money every single way, every day. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. I'm feeling like we be the new slaves. No, we gotta finish rich. No, we gotta finish rich. Got a new bitch, she don't understand rich. She don't understand niggas gotta get rich. She don't understand sometimes we gotta hit lit. No, we ain't hit lit. Tryna get the long way, yeah. Tryna get the shit the long way, yeah. Coach is tryna wrap up a entree, yeah. Told you the other day that did my palm strong. We gon' shoot the long way, we gon' get the long way, yeah. Yeah, get the shit the long way. My bitch be trippin' back and forth like a pong way. My name is Tari, I ain't playing games, so I'm done Tari. Yesterday she told me that she about to leave, man. Said fuck it, bitch, we gonna get some money. Said fuck it, bitch, I'm about to get some money. So what I do today, I want to get some money, yeah. Cause we gon' get the shit the long way, we gon' get shit the long way, yeah. Back and forth like the pong way, yeah. Man, I'ma get the shit the long way, get the shit the long way. Just the only way today, because they go with shit's crazy. We gotta wear a mask, we the new slaves, and we be wearing this shit like every day. We be okay, we gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, they gon' be okay for me, yeah. So we gon' get this shit the long way, we gon' get this shit long way, we gon' get this shit the long way, we gon' get this shit the long way, yeah, we get this shit the long way, yeah, cause we gon' be okay, we gon' be okay, yeah, we gon' get the long way, yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Let me make sure you guys can hear me. Stop cam, test. All right, cool. We are good. What's up, Nick? Tinfoil hat, QJC, Aaron. Oh, you let Nick be first, huh? That's pretty funny. I was cracking up when I first saw it. But anyway, welcome. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is LJ Young, and I am the founder of SMD. All right. SMD is not me. SMD is a family of people that pretty much think like me. And what is that? Well, it's bigger than what I even thought. Okay. Now, what it really is that I'm sharing a God-given gift. And what is that gift? That gift is the sixth sense. That's what it is, right? And with this understanding, I now understand that SMD is just, okay, hold up. The sixth sense is like, it's psychological, right? And psychological, it has an unlimited amount of perspectives, okay? Unlimited. And SMD, capitalism are just one. SMD is one perspective. Capitalism is another perspective, okay? And when I was in it, I did not know that. I did not know I was a debt slave. I did not know about perspective. But anyway, with this sixth sense, it's like each person has their own perspective about capitalism. Capitalism is psychological. Millions and millions of people do not know that. So, but they also do not know that capitalism is a perspective. And within capitalism, there are millions upon millions of perspectives, because each person inside of capitalism has their own perspective of capitalism, their own perspective. They all think capitalism is the way they think in their mind when there's only one, and that's the mathematical one. Okay. Now, with this gift, I get to see things that millions of people do not. And I'll give you an example. Okay. So you see the title of this video. Okay, let me go back first so you guys can understand. So capitalism is psychological, positive, and negative. The people that live on the negative side, those are called debt slaves. They don't know that they live there. Okay. They don't know that they don't own anything. Those are people that believe they can buy houses with mortgages, cars with car loans, save for retirement while having student loan debt older than the retirement plan. Those are debt slaves. Now, they don't know that they're debt slaves. They absolutely do not. And that was me. I was born that way. But with this knowledge, I now understand debt slaves, physical money does not exist for debt slaves at all. It never has. It never has existed for debt slaves ever. Ever, ever. Now, you're probably thinking, well, LJ, what do you mean by that? What do you mean physical money has never existed for me? And I know millions of you guys will be asking this question today and forever. This video will never get old, okay? This example will always be valid until physical money disappear, and then we're going to move on to CBDC, okay? Hold any type of physical money in your hand and open up the calculator app with the other, okay? And put in the amount of money that you have in your hand minus your car payment, and then hit equal. Okay, now listen closely. According to the calculator, do you have any money in your hand? The answer is no, at all. You don't have any money in your hand. But if you want to look at it and believe you have it in your hand, that's the psychological part. You don't have it, but if you want to look at it, but of course you're going to believe it because you're physically holding it, right? But when you look at the calculator says you're not holding anything. The calculator never lies, okay? But this is a hard it's like a glitch in the debt matrix. It's hard for you to accept. But anyway, that's what I mean. So when CBDC comes, right, you guys are right now, the debt slaves are like, oh my God, they're going to change everything and they're going to be able to do this and that. And as soon as they change it to all digital, it doesn't matter. So let me give you another example, okay, so you can understand, okay? Imagine that you have in your digital wallet, you have about $100 of CBDC US currency or whatever it's going to be, okay? You take that $100 of CBDC minus your car payment and then hit equal. According to the calculator, do you have any CBDC? No. So it doesn't matter what form the currency is, debt slaves, it doesn't exist for you. With this knowledge is that means I see the true reason why certain people want to come here to the United States of America. You want to know why? The real reason why? Because we have the best debt slaves in the world. We have millions of them. Absolutely clueless. They have no idea they own nothing. The sixth sense is like put it this way, this gift that was obviously given to me by God to enlighten me, obviously. My particular gift comes with proof. Everything I'm saying, I can prove on a calculator. No human in the world ever, in any history book ever, has ever broken the laws of mathematics, ever. Everybody knows that. It doesn't matter what language you speak. It doesn't matter what country you live in. Nobody has broken the laws of mathematics. So I'm going to go with math. So everything I say is according to math. And if all humans make mistakes, that means no human created math. That's logical to me. That's what it seems like to me. So what do I do now? What do I do? With this knowledge, I understand that there must be balance. There's obviously, now I discovered this. I didn't invent it. So it was already here about 200 something odd years already in place. Everything was in place. That's what I wanted to point out real quick. I'm going to point this out. Now that I can see it, there's absolutely nothing but respect for it. You got to have multi-millions of people absolutely clueless. Absolutely clueless. Millions of people believing they own houses and cars and saving for retirement. I have no idea the brains that must have been sitting at the table to even start something like this. That's absolutely, it's amazing to watch. The sixth sense allows me to see what the stock market for what it really is. It's like it's a place that the people, the big businesses, the people that know, they can borrow from the bank without directly borrowing from the bank, so everybody can get paid. They can get paid and the bank can get paid. You're probably asking, well, what do you mean, LJ? What are you talking about? Since you guys have no money, that means you have to borrow money to invest. You have no choice. You have to. Like if you own a home, if you're making payments, are financial red flags that you do not own because you are making payments to the owner. For the young people that might be tuning into this, I'm gonna give you some sixth sense, because sixth sense is psychological, so you need to understand this. This is a fact. This is clearly a gift from God, clearly. You must understand that debt slaves do not know that they are debt slaves, so they use words incorrectly. So when you hear them say, I bought a house, they don't mean buy, they mean finance. So the next time a debt slave, because when you're young, debt slaves like to push on you to get into real estate. This is the only way you're going to do it. You better hurry up before the market gets too high. You got to understand that debt slaves have no money. So no matter what the market is, they don't have any money. They always have to ask the bank permission to buy any real estate. Do you understand? So the next time a debt slave comes up to you, young person, says, hey, you need to buy a house, you turn to them and say, did you buy your house? And when they say yes, your next question is, do you have a mortgage? And when they say yes, that means they don't know that you cannot buy a house with a mortgage. So when they answer you, you know they didn't buy anything and they don't know it. Everything is balanced. Everything is positive and negative. Everything. I have no idea how many people like me there are. I have no idea that understand the sixth sense is for real. I did not know that. You think I'm going to be walking around in public letting everybody know this? Absolutely not. Only on videos. You guys can't see me unless I allow you to see me. What's up, Nick? Nick says, I'm glad you went live today. I was about to go crazy. Listen to all the debt slave babble on Instagram. I I have to get off of social media a lot with this gift. You guys, SMD is a perspective. Capitalism is a perspective. Dating minus debt is a perspective. Like the young people that are in the dating world right now, once you understand the sixth sense, your whole life will change. First of all, you will never date anybody that doesn't understand this. You won't even date them. There's really no purpose of it. But they have to go through multiple levels to even reach here. Like for a woman to reach where I'm at, okay, first you can't be in debt. That eliminates like 95% of women out there. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter men or women. I'm just saying dating for me. I don't date women that are in debt. There is no reason for it. Women might find it insulting or who do you think you are and this and that, but you guys don't understand the amount of peace that comes with no debt. It's unexplainable. There are no when you reach this level to where I'm at, to even be able to make a video talking about I've discovered the sixth sense. But you guys got to understand this. I can prove what I'm saying. You guys, that's the difference. I'm not just getting on the mic, just blabbing. I can prove it. I have the gift to speak the psychological. Would you like to hear some? Here, I'll let you hear. I'll let you hear a couple of lines, okay? It only takes one day to buy a house. You can't save for retirement while having a mortgage. You can't own equity in a mortgaged house. You can't do that. You cannot profit from mortgaged rental properties. You can't do that. That's impossible. Now you're probably saying to yourself, if that's true, LJ, why are millions of people doing it? Doing what? What do you think they're doing? Defying the laws of mathematics? No, they're not. They believe they are. They believe they're breaking the laws of mathematics, totally forgetting that no human in the history of the world ever has. That's where I'm at. You guys don't know yet? You guys will know as soon as I open up a tax firm. I'm going to open up a tax firm. I am. I'm going to own a tax firm. You guys are probably asking, well, why would you do that, LJ? Because taxes are the backbone of the country. That's why. When you hear people walking around complaining and moaning about taxes, you got to turn to them and say, why are you doing that? That's the law. Why are you doing that? What's that going to change? Nothing. That means it's time to understand them. Once you understand them, you will understand that taxes help build wealth. When you understand the sixth sense, taxes help build wealth. There's three parts to capitalism, so you guys can understand: psychological, positive, and negative. 99% of people live in the negative side. 0.5% people live in the positive side, and 0.5% live in the psychological side. That's where I live. You're probably thinking, who are the people in the 0.5% over in the positive side? These are the people that know debt is dumb. They know not to finance cars and clothes and shoes, but they don't understand the power of what what they're doing and have done. They don't really understand that because there's another thing to learn. What's up, Coding? Can you talk about the most effective way mathematically to buy a house in cash? In a previous video years ago, you suggested to someone in the comments to finance a home and then rent it out And okay, so first of all, you got to tell me what you're talking about. Are you talking about business or are you talking about personal? You got to tell me that part first, because I'm not sure what you're talking about. Buy a house and then rent it. So I'm unsure what you got to be clear. Rent and pay down the mortgage to 75 years. And if you're talking about a rental, if I was younger, that's what I would do. I would save up I would have, like, especially if I had a great relationship with my parents, I would have saved up and had 20% or more down to put down on a house and made it a rental, right? And be debt free while I'm doing it, so I don't need any of the income. Because you guys got to understand, mathematically, I want you guys to listen to me closely. If you do that, if the rental has a mortgage, mathematically you cannot profit at all until the house is paid off. Okay? So if you go to pull money from a mortgage rental property, you're doing it wrong, because there is no money to pull. According to the calculator, you got to go like this. If you have a mortgage rental property right now and you pull money to the personal side of your whatever, right? This is what I want you to do. I want you to open up the calculator and put in your rental mortgage payment minus your rental mortgage balance and then hit equal. You see that large negative number? You cannot pull a positive number from a negative number. You can't do that. And you're probably asking yourself, then how am I doing it? I don't know. However the bank is telling you you're doing it, I don't know. That's between you and the bank and the contract or whatever they wrote in there and said you can do this or whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever they're doing is they're making a profit from it, because you don't know that you cannot pull profit from a mortgage rental property. And you're not the only one. Millions of people don't know that. This is the gift of the sixth sense. They don't know that. That's why when I bring people to the positive side, they understand that. And then you go out there and you sell to the debt slaves that do not know anything. They really believe it takes 30 years to buy a house. Whatever. They cannot buy any. This is what you got to understand. When you come to the positive side, I clearly understand that if I want to get into real estate, I know that the debt slaves must ask the bank first to buy any of my real estate. They have to ask the bank first. So what does that mean? The banks control everything. I'm cool with that. I get it. So what? That's just the way it works. It was here before I was born. I'm not here to change anything. I'm just here to, I was lucky enough to be born in the best country in the world. Now listen closely. Everybody in the world know capitalism works best here. Everybody knows that. That's why they all want to come here. We got the millions, multi-millions of debt slaves that don't know shit. It is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. When you have this gift, you see through everything: cars, houses, women, sex, everything. You see through everything. If they're in debt, it doesn't matter what they look like. It doesn't matter how fine she is. Listen, guys don't even get this. I want you to listen to me closely. It doesn't matter how fine she is. If I find out she's in debt, we're not doing anything. Do you understand? It's a waste of time. Why? Because there is a certain amount of peace that comes with no debt. If you've been in debt all your life, you don't know that peace. So you're going to bring whatever you have, whatever your stress and problems that come with your debt, you're going to automatically try to bring it in with the person. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It changes. Hey, listen, we can go from capitalism perspective. You want to go to another perspective? We can go to the dating perspective. On dates, everybody likes to show out the first date: clothes, car, looks, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to save myself. I save myself so much money. I don't even go out on dates. You know why? Because you got to talk. I got to talk on the phone with them first. As soon as I talk on the phone, I find out they're in debt. Okay, well, we're not going to go anywhere. Why? You're in debt. What for what? It changes everything. It's going to save you a lot of time and problems. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But to really understand that physical dollars do not even exist for you guys. You guys can't even reduce yourself in your own tax bracket. When you're in debt, listen closely. You can ask any tax professional you want. You go up to them and say, just like this is how you must say it. I don't care what any professional tax person you say to them, just like this. Mathematically speaking, if I'm in debt, can I lower myself in my tax bracket? The answer is no. Now there's going to be a dilemma. What are you going to do? Are you going to figure out why the answer is no? Or are you just going to go on with your life as it is, knowing the answer is no? You're probably thinking, well, I put my money in my retirement account and then I see it on my taxes and I see it reduced. Yeah, I'm sure you do. I'm sure that's how it works. I'm sure you see that. But if you just open up the calculator and put in your car payment minus your car balance and hit equal, and you see that large negative number, that's the amount of money you had to make a deposit into your retirement account. And you're probably thinking, well, how could I take a positive number out of a negative number? You can't. You can't. They taught us all that in elementary school. Hey, are you a person? Listen, are you a person that wants to become a millionaire? I could tell you how to do it right now. I could tell you how to start right now. This would do it. Remember the graph thing they taught us all in elementary school? Zero in the middle, positive numbers in green on the right, negative numbers in red on the left. Remember that? Okay. This is what I want you to do. I want you to log into your online credit report. This is what I want you to do. Write $1 million down the green side. How far? It doesn't really have to be far. You can just say 100,000, 500,000, 1 million. Okay. Write the 1 million right there. Okay. Then I want you to log into your online credit report, find out your total debt, get that number, get that large negative number, and then write that on the graph on the other side in red. Okay. That's how far you are away from $1 million right there. I just showed you how to do it. That's how far you are away. If you want to reach $1 million, that's where you start. That negative number, that's where you start. You see how easy that was? Nobody else on the internet's going to be able to tell you that. Know why? Because they don't know the sixth sense exists. That's why they're never going to tell you that. And it can't be that way anyway. Capitalism is based on you guys, debt slaves. Do you think Apple would exist if you guys wasn't financing their products, debt slaves? Absolutely not. You see the price of Apple products? Of course you guys are not paying cash for Apple products, okay? Of course not. They would not exist if the banks wasn't there. Do you understand? Debt slaves have, in order for debt slaves to buy Apple products, they must first ask the bank, which is a credit card or whatever credit, then they can buy it. That's why Apple can't sell their product for anything they want. They have to go to the bank and say, "Hey, bank, we got these goggles that we just invented. Can we sell them for $10,000?" The bank says, "Hell no, we ain't financing no $10,000. Are you crazy? What will you finance them for, bank? $3,500. That's what we're going to do." Okay. Because you got to understand, the bank is like, damn, you probably make them for $100. You can't totally rate debt slaves. You can't totally do that, because that's called phantom profit margin. You guys will never know how much it costs for them to make them goggles. You will never know that. All you got to do is think about it. They make millions of them. What do you think their price of material in bulk is? Very, very cheap. No different than you. When you run a business, and when you go buy some product for your business, you get a better rate because you can buy in bigger quantities. This is the same thing, but on a level you cannot comprehend. That's where you get out to the psychological, the sixth sense area. Nothing exists without you guys. You guys understand that? Nothing. You guys are the only ones. You guys finance products that go down in value at an interest rate. Do you guys know you do that? And not only do you finance depreciating objects with interest, you finance the taxes that go with it. And then you pay an interest rate on top of it all. And then you have a regular job with an hourly wage that taxes are being taken out of it. I can't believe I didn't see that when I had a job. I cannot believe I did not see that. You know what I was doing wrong? Let me tell you what I was doing wrong. I was using myself to participate in the economy of capitalism. I was using myself. That's why I was taxed. That's why you get taxed as an employee, because you're using yourself. All you got to do is take yourself out and put a business in, and then let the business do the stuff. All the money comes in, and then when it comes out, the business pays your taxes, and your business pays for everything. You don't legally pay taxes anymore because your business does all that for you. Now, when you're in debt, you don't see that because you're in debt. Oh, taxes are evil. Oh my God, I want to try to hide them and pretend they're not there and pretend I didn't earn it. That means you don't know how to play. That's what that means. You guys using digital apps to transfer money. Do you guys understand that the companies that you're using to transfer money, do you know they report to the IRS, or else they wouldn't be in business? You guys understand that? Of course, they report all their stuff there. So, so, so the IRS knows the guys that you guys are not claiming your CashApp stuff, and you guys that are delivering stuff, you guys are not paying your taxes. All the companies that you guys work for are reporting their income by law to the IRS, so they know how much money they are losing. And they got 10 years, 10 years to look for you. 10 years. Mm. To be to have this gift, put this down a little bit. To have this gift, it took me 10 years to get where I'm at today, talking to you right now about this God-given gift. I can do anything. You guys understand me? I can do anything. There are no limits. I remember being in the debt matrix. I remember hearing motivational speakers talking about the only limits that you have are in your mind. It is true. But what they don't tell you, the whole piece, outside the mind is the psychological. Yeah, they're only they're right. They're in the mind, but they don't tell you, go outside your mind, the psychological, where it's unlimited. Now, when I look at people like Elon Musk and Warren Buffett and all those guys, you guys look at them like, oh my God, they must be this. Nobody owns math. They just know how to use it. Warren Buffett is no different than you. He just knows how to use math. Elon Musk knows that. Jeff Bezos, the only difference between you and them, they know how to use math. Nobody owns math. Those people, now when I look at stuff like that, when I look at people like that, and I look at the family in North Carolina, this knowledge, this Sixth Sense knowledge has obviously been in their families for generations, obviously. And to be able to, if I had this knowledge right now and my kids were still young, they would definitely grow up with this knowledge for a fact, without a doubt. Never becoming a debt slave ever. I never forget, now that I understand everything, not understand everything, but I don't even know what I mean by that. But anyway, I remember I go back to age 18. And I remember I was in this small office getting ready to finance this little Toyota, this 1980 Toyota Celica. And I was 18 years old. So that car was like, that was 88 when I was 18. So the car was 8 years old already. And I remember sitting at the desk, and this woman was helping me. And then this guy came out the back room. He had a cowboy hat. He had these tassels hanging from his cowboy shirt, and these nice looking cowboy boots. He was an older guy. And I remember at 18, I was like, he's obviously the owner, because I could just see the way he came out walking from the back office and the way he was looking. I was like, okay. And I remember thinking to myself, okay, he knows something. Something came to but I was 18. At 18, everybody was saying, hey, you got to build your credit. If you ever want a house, you better start now, and all this other stuff. So I fell for the thing. But all of that was part of my journey. That's part of my journey to get here. Everything I've experienced through life to reach this point, financially, emotionally, relationship-wise, everything was supposed to happen. This gift is forever. There are millions of people that will live their entire life never knowing the Sixth Sense exists. Their entire life. Die never knowing that it exists. I remember when I was in the debt matrix a few times making six figures, man. I remember I knew something was wrong. I just knew it. I just knew something was wrong. Like when I put it this way, when I look at MLMs now, okay, clearly MLMs, this is how, you guys don't really understand how MLMs exist because they make the participants buy the product. So and this is my opinion, okay? What keeps an MLM from looking like what's that, something triangle or reverse, you know what I'm saying? The scam thing, right? I forgot the exact name, but the participants are required to buy the product that they're selling. So now they're actually selling a product, but it's and then when they get the people in it, they start saying, hey, you guys are your own business. You guys are your own business owners. What they're really saying is this: you are responsible for your own taxes. The money you make from this business, you are responsible for your own taxes. That's what they really mean. Because outside of that, you're not your own business. You're not anything. Then they got you selling product that you know you don't believe in. Can you imagine how many people? Because when you see these conventions, right, that they be so big and they have all these stars. And you know what I see? I see how much money they're making from all the people that are there at the place. All those people in the audience, they paid for all that. You guys pay for all that stuff you see. You guys pay for all that. The MLM people don't talk about how much stuff they got stacked at their house from all the MLMs that they probably tried. There's stacks of worthless shit, worthless. Oh, this is special juice. This is a special protein drink. Everybody says that. Everybody. What's up, Brandon? This is brand new. I'm excited to see how many people I'm going to help. This is obviously forever because very few people know. These videos will be forever because capitalism's here to stay, because there's debt slaves here, there's debt slaves in the UK, there's debt slaves in Australia, there's debt slaves in Canada. Debt slaves are everywhere. It doesn't matter what country they are. Capitalism does not work without the majority being debt slaves. That's how it works. But the beautiful thing of it all, this is the beautiful thing, it's a choice. Here, I'll just give it to you straight, and you can choose to believe it or not. It's totally up to you. Your credit report is an owner's ledger. It keeps track of all the businesses that own you. Credit scores are reward points for staying in debt with the owners listed on your credit report. So your credit report is the owner's ledger. The only way to free yourself, the price tag is here. Add up all your debt. Whatever that is, that's the price tag to free yourself. If you ever want to come here, if you ever want to come close to this type of peace and understanding and something that billions of people don't know, you have to first start there. How do I know? Because that's where I started. I was in the debt matrix. I got out of debt, learned that the credit report was my owner's ledger. Now it proves that I own myself. Once I got here and I tried to tell people, and they didn't believe it, they didn't understand it. Okay, and then it's got further and further and further, but it starts here. You must first own the physical version of yourself first. If you ever want to own the psychological version of yourself, if you ever want to come to the psychological version of yourself, you must first own the physical version of yourself. That's a requirement. You can't own anything outside. You can't own a business outside of yourself without owning the business of yourself first in the United States of America. Your Social Security number is the EIN number for the business of yourself. Once you come here, you can do anything. I can do anything. Now, of course, debt slaves, you guys are physical. Okay. You have to see things to believe it first. So I'm going to do that. It's going to take somebody like Jeff Bezos or Apple executives or Elon Musk or Warren Buffett to talk to me on stage or something, and then you guys will believe it. But I'm telling you now before it happens. I want you guys to understand when that happens, that didn't happen because I know them, because I'm talking to them. That's the reason why I'm so this and that. I'm telling you now before it happens. I'm telling you now. It's because I discovered the sixth sense. That's why. And very few people know this information. Very few people have discovered this. Very few. So when you see it happen, you can be like, wait a minute. He told us that before. He said when he meets those people, he said he told us he was going to meet them before he met them. Because they're going to look for me. Do you guys understand that? They're going to look for me. Why? Because I keep telling you. The sixth sense. That's why I keep telling you. Everywhere, Gabriel, everywhere. The comment I was making is from the guy in that video comment section called, oh, that guy. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that guy. That was crazy. I'm saying, hey, listen, I'm surprised you, listen, I don't go back and forth with Debt Slaves Code. I don't do that. You could tell, you could tell by their comment what they're really saying. All you got to do is just read the comment, and you can choose to entertain it or not, because a debt slave could have easily just read whatever I posted and kept it moving. But if they stop and take the time to leave a comment or something that's negative or doesn't go with, they do it so I will respond to it. That's why they do it. Because when I go cruising through YouTube and I come across something that I don't really like, or it's not my opinion, I just keep going. I don't leave a comment. I don't like, dislike. I just leave. I don't say anything. MLMs are everywhere. They are everywhere. Well, they're very profitable, because you got to remember the MLMs, not remember, but you got to understand this. MLMs are designed to target people that they're designed to target debt slaves. The MLMs are not looking for people like me, because I'm somebody that understands that none of that is true. None of that. I'm not a business owner. I don't own anything in there. They own everything. That's why they say, hey, you got to keep selling. If you don't keep selling, we're going to take all this people. If you owned it, they couldn't talk to you like that. I own my own business. Nobody comes in and tells me, hey, if you don't do this, this is not going to happen. That doesn't happen. They're all the same, Aaron. They're all the same. But that's a business. Like, put it this way. As long as it's legal, if I decided to use 6 cents with an MLM, MLMs are legal. Okay. If it's legal, but personally, I couldn't do that to people. Okay. I just couldn't do that. All right. Because of course they have these stage, then they put up on stage all these people, everything that they could dream of, the big houses and cars, work hours, barely work. They just they sell them a dream. They already know what they want. They want to be free. Debt slaves want to be free from the 40+ hour work week, but they don't know how to do it. And so the MLM comes along and says, this is how you do it. Look at all these people. They did it. They were just like you. They always come up with the same story. Oh, he worked for this sawmill for 30 years, back-breaking work, and then he came across this MLM, and then it freed him, and then he got 50 houses. And if you decide to believe it, it's because they're selling you a dream. It's business. I'm not an MLM hater. I'm not, but just don't come talking to me. If they come try, hey man, you should. This is because they always do this. They never tell you what it is. Every time they recruit somebody, the person goes out and recruits and say, hey man, I got to tell you about something. What is it? Hey, come over at 5 o'clock. No, you tell me now. What is it? Oh, well, I can't tell you. Then I'm not coming. We're going to have some food. We're going to have some refreshment drinks. Now I know I'm really not coming. Because if you have all that, you invited more than just me if you have refreshments. Yeah, pyramid scheme. That's what I was trying to say. I believe the only thing, listen, the only thing that's keeping an MLM from being a pyramid scheme is because they make the participants buy the product, so they're legally selling a product. You see what I'm saying? As long as they're legally selling a product, they're not a pyramid scheme. This is why this is why I say this is why they require the participants to buy the product. This is every single month stacking up with, because I got caught up in a couple of MLMs when I was a debt slave. I had a whole bunch of their product inside of my closet that I couldn't sell, trying to push it because they know the first thing they're going to do. This is how it works. They know you're not a salesman. So the first people you're going to go to are your friends and family. You probably work too, so you're probably not going to last too long. You probably go about a month or two, maybe 3 months, slow down, drop off, and guess what? They get all your friends and family. Then they're going to do the same thing. Tell their friends and family, drop off, then they're going to get those people. Then wait a few months because you're going to be like, oh man, I put so much time in it. I just don't want to quit. I got to keep buying the product or else I'm going to lose all my. Then you're going to finally say, screw it. I'm not selling anything. You're going to finally drop off and say, forget it. And then they're going to keep it. Just keep doing it. Selling you guys the dream. Debt slaves, they know you want to be free. That's why they're selling that to you. You guys are just hounding for it so much because money, physical money doesn't exist for you. That's why you guys are always chasing it. You got to draw money to you. You got to attract it. You don't chase it. And the reason why you're chasing it, I go back to the graph, 0 in the middle, green numbers and positive on the right, red numbers and red, negative numbers and red on the left. The reason why you're chasing money because you're deep down in the negative. That's why you're chasing money. Once you get to the positive side, you don't chase it, you attract it. I remember hearing that when I was a debt slave too. You attract money, you don't really get it. But what they don't tell you, you got to first get out of debt. The majority of people are not going to tell you that because they won't make any money. Hence, Dave Ramsey. When you get down to your mortgage, start putting away 50, pay off all your debt, get down to your mortgage, start putting away 15% into retirement. But if you open up your calculator, put in your mortgage payment minus your mortgage balance and hit equal, you can't pull a positive number from a negative number. You can't pull a positive 15% from a large negative number. You can't do that. Try to put that in the calculator, see what it says. I don't even know how would you put that? Get 15% from a large negative number, a positive 15%, by the way. You can't. Why is he doing that? Business. You know how long it would take somebody to pay off a house? That's years. He wouldn't make no money if he waited for people to pay off their houses. They don't know that's what they need to do. That's the best investment ever. To continue on, pay off all your debt, and then hammer on the house. You pay off your house, you have no mortgage or rent for the rest of your life. You can't see that. They can't even see that. That's better than any retirement plan. Do you guys understand that? No mortgage or rent for the rest of your life. There is not a plan that's out there that's even better with a return or return on percentage or what, nothing. While billions of people while billions of people will go on believing mortgage and rent are normal, this is normal for them. They don't know that. You will know that you have no mortgage or rent for the rest of your life. You know how fast your money would stack? Oh my God. And you can't tell them because that's what they must believe and however long they want to believe it. That's the beauty about this gift. That's where I live. All the houses and cars I see, 99% of what I'm looking at, people are making payments on. That means they don't own it. Therefore, money doesn't exist for you. Hold money in your hand, okay? Hold any amount of money in your hand and then open up the calculator app with the other. Put in the money in your hand minus your car payment. The money in your hand minus your mortgage payment. The money in your hand minus your phone payment. The money in your hand minus your tire payment. Money in your hand minus your furniture payment. Money in your hand minus the TV on your walls. What does the calculator say? You don't have no money in your hand. And far from it. Mm. Mm. In Miami, they're building apartments like babies being born in the world. Yep. And believe, hey, Gabriel, the bank ain't building them for nothing. Always remember that. The bank doesn't waste the money on nothing. The bank's building those houses for a reason. They're about to fill them. Something's about to change. Okay, you guys gotta, let's take it. So I'm gonna give you the 6th sense view of what you guys cannot see. The economy is down because you guys are using buy now, pay later services. Buy now, pay later services are making multi-millions of dollars. You know, the only people that use buy now, pay later services, debt slaves use buy now, pay later services only. And they're making multi-millions of dollars. Okay. And they're attached to all the big boys, Walmart, Nike, Amazon, everybody. Why? Because they have to. Apple's the only one that built their own. They still had to listen. Apple still had to participate in the buy now, pay later service. So they built their own. You guys are gonna. The only thing I can see, you guys are gonna be working from home. Downtowns are deserted. You guys must work to eat, to live. So you guys have to work. This doesn't work without you. Let me just give you the whole story. This does not work without you. So they're building those apartments. You guys are going to be working from home. That's what it's looking like. Delivering jobs. You guys are going to be delivering shit and working from home to earn your money. Because I don't see what else you guys can do. 24-hour delivery, that's coming soon because deliveries are getting later and later right now anyway. Why are you guys doing that? Because physical money doesn't exist for you. That's why you're going to be doing late deliveries. Of course, they're going to be like, hey, we'll pay you triple overtime if you deliver at 4 o'clock in the morning and 3 o'clock and 2 o'clock, and you guys are going to do it. They're going to probably build up. No, because I went to Seattle the other day, and there's a place in Seattle called the Central District. Okay, this area was predominantly Black back in the day when I was a kid. Okay, now it's totally switched. Big apartment buildings, Amazon Fresh store located in the heart of what was once the Black part, ghetto part of the town. Now there's an Amazon Fresh there. And guess what's next to the Amazon Fresh on the 3 corners? Amazon Fresh is on 1 corner. Guess what's on the 3 corners? Apartment buildings, high-rise apartment buildings. Guess where all those people are going to shop? Amazon Fresh. They can just walk there. Yeah, you guys are going to be working from home. I think that's what they're pushing. Because this is not making any sense, really. I'm very grateful for this knowledge. Haven't used credit for in months and paying off debt. Congratulations, tinfoil hat. Let me just explain this to you too. If you ever come decide and you want to be free, If you ever decide you want 100% peace in your life, no negativity at all, nothing but positive energy, prosperous. Once you understand this knowledge, there's no going back. Now you will still be able to interact with everybody else, like because you came from that. I came from that. So when I'm out in public, I can still interact with everybody like normal. I can still be myself, but I just don't tell them there's another perspective. I just don't talk about that because they would never understand it. Because you have to interact because they are the majority. None of this works. None of this works without them. Without them, there is no housing market. Without them, Apple doesn't exist. Do you guys understand that? Apple doesn't exist without debt slaves because they finance Apple products. Car market doesn't, car lots wouldn't exist. Do you guys understand that? Because they finance cars, especially a place like CarMax. You better believe they wouldn't exist. What are your thoughts on credit scores and credit cards? I think mathematically it's not needed. I hear that you need a credit score for renting an apartment, but I want to not have any credit cards. Well, I got credit. No, now remember this coding. Credit is a tool that can be used inside of capitalism. Okay. So I have a credit card. Why do I have a credit card? Because it makes my life easier. It saves me time. Okay. If I want to get an apartment, they're going to run my credit and find that I got good credit and no debt. That's going to make it easier. When it's time to rent a car, I just put down the credit card. I'm in and out. I use it because for the tool that it is. Credit's not bad. It's only bad when you depend on it. That's the only time it's bad. If you need it, that now there's a problem because you need it. Because put it this way, when you are paying interest, here's the tool. Here's the difference between the tools and how you tell if it's a tool or a need. If you're using the credit card and paying it off at the end of every month, it's a tool. If you're using the credit card and you're paying interest on the balance every month, now that's a need. That's the difference. Okay, that's how you know if you're using your credit card right as the tool that it is. You're paying interest, you're using it wrong. If you're not, and you're paying it off, you're using it correctly. That's all. Care about credit scores. If I pay for I don't really care. I never know what my credit score is because I don't use credit. And say like this, say like my business grows and I need to get a business loan because sometimes there are reasons to get business loans, and it's usually for tax purposes. Okay, you could do things because you're not taxed on borrowed money. So sometimes you need to do a couple things to save money on taxes, and because that's income too. If you make a move, say like this, you make a move and it's going to save you more on taxes than what you're going to pay to borrow it. You borrow the money because you're going to save more than that in taxes. But the only way you can do that, you cannot be in debt. I know it sounds weird that because you're borrowing money, that makes you automatically in debt. So you're not, well, when you're not in debt personally, it makes sense. Okay. Then you can go, oh, I'll do this and make it do that. And then I'll make it do that. Okay. That's just what the gift. I can see how it works now. It's not really that difficult to see why I would do that, for what reason. But at the same time, I want you guys to understand something. I don't know the details of taxes, nor do I want to know them. I'm going to hire a tax professional who is personally debt free that loves taxes, and then I'm gonna pay that person to do the intricate details of what it needs to be done to make it legal and all that stuff. The best way to own a house is cash and quick. The best way to own own house cash and quick is 2. Number 1, buy. Number 1, house needs to work. Number 2, do some work on yourself. Number 3, live in it as you work on it. Repeat to upgrade first. Yeah, there's many different ways. I like that. First, save it. Well, first of all, Johnny, cash is the only way to buy a house. There is no other way to buy a house at all. So that's the only way. Yeah, if you're a handyman, if I knew how to work on houses, I most definitely would do that for sure. Yep, living in and work on it. Yep. First, say 25 to 50K. Yeah. I would definitely do that. What's up, No Zero? How you doing? All right, let me put this link up here just in case you guys got some questions about. Maybe you got some questions about my gift. What's it like? Maybe you want a better understanding of it. Maybe you don't believe it. Maybe you're like, hey, what are you talking about? You sound crazy, I've never heard anybody discover the 6 cents before. I heard of it before. Well, it's true. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm pretty sure. I'm not the only one I discovered the 6 cents. So that means it was already here. And I'm sure there's some other people that have already known that. Just got on. I'll have to take a look back later. I just got attacked on IG in the comment section for saying it's better to just buy a car paid in full, and almost everyone went against of course. You're trying to come in and change their reality. No. Okay. Debt slaves don't like that. They don't like you coming in and changing things. They don't like you coming in and changing things. Okay. Don't be doing that. Any questions? If you haven't checked out my 6 cents channel, please do. The number 6IXTH, C as in cat, ENTS. Check it out. I talk more about the 6 cents on that channel. This channel is just one perspective of the 6 cents. Okay, just one perspective. SMD is just a perspective, just one of them. There are unlimited perspectives in the 6 cents. Unlimited. Unlimited. Okay, cool. I'll chill and wait. In the meanwhile, any more questions? I'm excited when I help that first person and they become as successful as they wish. I'm excited. To because I could do anything now. Do you guys understand that? I could do anything. I could do anything I want. And I'm 54. I think people are so lucky to have this information in their families, through generations. That's got to be beautiful. Got to be beautiful. Got to be. I got to figure out where I'm going to take this or what well, let me put it this way. God is the only one that's going to know what he gave me this gift for. So I got to figure that out. I got a couple people up here. What's up, Brian and Brandon? Brian, you can go first there, and Brandon, you can go on second.
Hey, LJ. How are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. I want to talk about so the big.
I lost you. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I don't hear him either. Do you hear me?
I hear you. I don't hear Brian.
Oh, let me see if this changes it.
There you go. Now I can hear you.
You can hear me now?
Now I can.
Oh, okay, must be because I switched apps. So I wanted to talk about mathematically speaking, you can't get a home, but say you're buying a home when you're financing it. And I still don't even agree with putting 50% down and then trying to pay it off really fast. I don't ever want to have a mortgage because I just can't even think about becoming debt free and then getting a mortgage and then paying the mortgage off when I could just either save up 100% cash or in a video you had years ago, you talked about how you wish someone told you to get a rental property, put 20% down, and then just use the rent to pay the mortgage off as fast as possible in 5 to 7 years. and go from there. Is that still a viable strategy in your opinion?
That's always a viable strategy. It will always be, because you got to remember, if you do it, if you're personally debt free,
Yep.
and you get a loan for the mortgage, right?
Yeah.
So you got to remember that renter is going to pay it, because no money comes. Don't take any money out of the house, because there is no money to pull. Remember that.
Yeah, I understand that completely. Yeah, I get where you're coming. Yep.
So what's going to help pay off the house is taxes, and the taxes that you're going to save, and the renter. It's going to do it really, really fast, because you're not pulling any profits out the house. So it's like setting a microwave. Taxes, renter,
just going back.
Savings on taxes, because you're not pulling, and it's going to pay the house off fast, because you don't need the money. And then when the house is paid off, you could do whatever you want.
Okay. So my only
house. Hey, use that house to take some money to get another house.
Okay, so that was my point. Yes, at the end of it, let's say I'm like, okay, let's go put money down on this other. We're all debt free. Like, I'm debt free. I'm like, I'm gonna go get this house in Iowa. It's 150, whatever it is. I'm gonna put 20% down and do what you just said. And at the end of it, it's a single family home. Then I could sell it and then use the proceeds to help me get a house. I want to live in cash.
I'm gonna show you something that you're not seeing. Okay.
Okay.
When you go to the bank.
Yes.
And how old are you now?
24.
Okay, say like this. Say like 25. Let's just say you're 25, and you go to the bank. You have no debt, money in the bank, and a paid off house, and you're saying, "Hey, I would like a loan against my paid off house. Can you give me a?" There's no way they're not going to turn you down. They're going to be like, first of all, how did you even do that at 25? Who told you? Who's been talking to you? First of all.
Oh, okay.
Right? They're going to be like, we don't see that. That's not normal. 25 with a paid off house and money in the bank and no debt. That's not normal. So, but first of all, they're not going to turn you down because what you did. They'll give you right away.
I see what you mean. Okay.
And they're going to give you as much money as you want, whatever the value of the house is, or up to whatever, right? And you just take that money, buy another house. But they already know if you have one paid off house, they know exactly what you're going to do with this money. You're not going to play with it. You're not going to spend it wildly. You're going to take it and you're going to put it in the house and do the exact same thing you did with this.
Oh, I see what you're saying now, because my track record shows I'm debt free. I have this rental property, whatever, and I'm coming in saying, hey, I want to get this home. They already know what I'm going to do.
Correct. As soon as they run your name, they're going to be like, that's not normal. None of that's normal.
I understand.
He's been talking to somebody. So obviously they know you know.
Okay, and the tax savings, are you saying that the depreciation of the rental property, since I'm not taking it out, I'm not taking the profits out, but there is no profits mathematically, all that's coming to help me pay that off? Okay.
All that appreciation, depreciation, whatever, all that tax stuff. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to hire a personally debt-free tax professional in real estate, to whatever they are, and then they're going to do all that stuff for you. Hey, figure out all that stuff and do it, and then let me know.
I understand now. Okay, that explains a lot. I'm gonna let Brandon talk, man, because my other thing's about like a real estate investor guy on YouTube, and it's a funny thing I wanted to bring up, but I'll let Brandon go first, and then I'll get back to it.
All right, what's up, Brandon?
Yo, what's going on? And no worries, Brian. It's all good. Thank you for having me on, LJ.
What's up, sir?
I just want to know. I guess this is more like a
spiritual,
like a mental. Get psychological type of thing, so obviously I'm out here debt slaving. I'm aware of it though.
No, that's good. Be proud of that. Okay. I know it's weird to say it, but be proud of that. But go ahead.
Yeah, right on. So basically I made like a lot of changes in my life to like get my debt down. I paid off.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
Oh, okay.
So I'm turning 34 in May.
Okay.
And I'm originally from Oakland, California, and a lot of like I moved to Cleveland.
I'm just go ahead.
That's what's up. Yeah. So I moved to Cleveland, Ohio, like with the intent to pay down debt. Like that's like the level of like extreme I went to, and like I've passed the halfway point, and I'm making progress, but then either something will happen or it's just like hard to like stay locked in for so long. I guess my question to you was like, how did you stay focused? Like, as far as just like not letting just stupid bullshit. Like, how debt slaves be too, they'll try to steer you off that. Like, oh man, you paid off some debt, man. Like, like how do you like just stay locked in without either getting like burnt out or distracted? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. How did I do that? First of all, I was by myself when I was getting out of debt. That's a key. So I was single when I was getting out of debt, so I didn't have to talk to nobody. So I could just do it. Second of all, you got to remember, you cannot talk when you're getting out of debt. You cannot talk to debt slaves about it. You can't tell them what you're doing. You can't say, "Hey, man, I just paid off this car. I want you." No, they don't want to hear none of that. You can't tell them none of that. Else they're going to destroy your dream. They're going to destroy because they can't see your goal. You're doing something. I want you to understand something, Brandon. You're doing something that billions of people do not know. Billions with a B.
Right.
So you're saying something what you don't know. You're saying you're speaking psychological. That's why they keep throwing you off every time you try to bring it up. They don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean they'll be supportive, but right. It's just more just like, especially what I learned too. I don't know if you noticed this when you were getting out of debt. When you first tell people are actually, at least for me, people were actually mad supportive. Like, like, oh yeah, do your thing. Right. And then when that number starts getting smaller, LJ, like, then it's like, that's when the bullshit comes. It's like what I learned was like people are okay with you doing bad as long as you're not doing better than them.
Right.
Then it's just like, then that's when it starts getting to, I don't know if I can like get into like how much debt I paid off, but like it was a lot.
Why not?
Yeah. Okay. So I moved to Cleveland with like, bro, and I was a fucking debt slave. I never like finance shit, but it was more like, how you talk about 1099s.
What is a lot? I need to hear what a lot is.
Okay. So for me, it was 120. So that's student loans and mainly back taxes. Those are the two things.
Oh, back taxes.
Yeah, caught up on that shit though. All the back taxes.
All right.
Caught up. Good. And then the student loans, I was at 79, and now I'm at 40, like 45, 44. And that's my only debt. So I just been yeah.
And how much do you make a year?
Dude, last year I made some good money. But for me, it was like 105. That's what I made last year. But like this year, it's probably gonna be less because I had like them 1099. I was doing a lot of gigs and shit. But I was
What do you do?
It's I like help. I do like some video game shit where I like set up for events and like like supply TVs and stuff like that. But then I also got like a normal job like at a warehouse. So I do that too.
But you made six figures
last year. Not this year. I'm probably not gonna make that.
Well, listen, don't. Okay, first of all, I want you to stop doing this. Stop downing your achievements. Okay, stop doing that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, stop doing that.
For sure.
Dummies don't make six figures. Okay?
You're right.
Dummies don't. Non-smart people don't make six figures. So however you did it, you did it.
Yeah,
even if you didn't do it this year. Okay.
And leaving in Cleveland too, like Cleveland is stupid cheap, bro.
Don't even worry about cheap. Don't use those type of words. Don't use words expensive and stuff like that. Don't use stuff.
I always remember you saying, "Don't say expensive, don't say cheap." You always, it's in the back of my head now. I can't get it out of my head.
Because you don't know if people like me are standing around. You say, "Well, that's expensive." I can say that's not expensive to me. Why you say
right?
That? That means you ain't got no money. That's why you're saying that. So don't ever say that. But anyway, you got 45,000 left.
Yeah. So I pay the 120. I pay 71, 72. That's how much I paid total.
Okay, so what do you have left?
Just the student loan.
And how much is that?
45.
That's what you have left. Now, this I want you to look at it, okay? That's the price to own yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever want to own Brandon this while you're alive, you're $45,000 away, and then you can get your shackles off.
No, that's facts.
So
I can't stand it.
What are you willing? If those, I guarantee you this, Brandon. Now, if those were physical shackles on your feet and your ankles, I guarantee you'd have a plan to starting today to figure out how to get that 45,000 paid off. You'd have those off so fast. You would have that money paid off so fast if they were physical shackles.
Right.
They'd be scratching up your car. You can't go out on dates. You got to explain why you got those shackles on. Oh yeah, I got 45,000. You'll be paying it off. But since they're psychological, you're like, oh, I'll get to it. Let me go on vacation first. Let me get these rims, or I like this, whatever, right? You just kind of, once you get serious and understand, now you're this close. 45,000 ain't nothing.
Right.
I know people with hundreds of thousands. Okay. 34, young. You're $45,000 away from freedom.
Right.
I didn't get this. What I'm telling you, I didn't wake up till my 45. 10 years from where you're at now. You're gonna have 10 years on me. You're gonna be like 10 years into the future. If you just get rid of that 45,000.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm locked in. The hard part is just like you said, like, you know, just like people around, you know, other debt slaves, they just don't see it. Like,
you're gonna have to eliminate. So this is going to be a fact, Brandon. Okay, I'm just warning you.
For sure.
You're gonna have to start to eliminate people from your life because they're not gonna want the best for you when you're getting out of debt. You're gonna change, Brandon. You don't know that you are. Your attitude is gonna change. You're gonna have this because you're gonna know everybody around you debt slave, and you're not gonna listen to it. You're gonna be like me. I don't care what debt slaves say about me. Oh, you're ugly, LJ. I don't care. You got car payments. I don't care what you're saying. It doesn't bother. That's how you're going to be. Right. You're going to have to eliminate. I've had to eliminate good friends out of my life. I had to because they don't get it. They're going to, because you're going to know energy is energy. So if negative energy is coming in your life, that means it's taken away from the positive energy.
Right.
You remove the negative energy. It's going to help you along your journey to help you get out of debt even faster.
Right.
You're close, man. You're close.
Thank you. I'm trying, man. You know, every day, man. I gotta go to work in like an hour and a half. I'm about to go lock in and just get rid of this debt.
How long you been listening to S&D?
I've been listening to S&D probably like not too long. Probably like I say like 2 months, 3 months.
Now, what attracted you to the channel? What attracted you?
It's funny. I don't know how most people, but for me, I was looking up debt slavery because like in my mind it's a concept, but like I'm like, dude, where the fuck do I like this? No one know, you know what I'm saying? And I just heard you talk about are you a debt slave? Are you making car payments? That shit had me dead when you said that. Oh my god!
Same here. I love when he says that. Oh you a debt slave?
No, it's like when he's like, you got student loan debt? Because people will talk about the shit that they got, and then I'm like, bro, I be thinking the same shit. Like, yo, you got car payments, bro. What's the point of even like bragging about that?
Right.
But nah, like I just was looking up debt slavery as a concept because like. It's real, you know. And like this whole channel is like focused on that. Yeah, you know. That's how I found out about this channel because I was looking up debt slave, and you know, I found some more channels that talked about it or like debt freedom, but like it as a concept is like what really brought me.
Have you ever come across a channel like this one though?
Nah, not in detail about like it as a concept. Because like you talk about
okay, listen, Brandon. See how you use the word concept? This
or
is
like a psychological, you know, yeah.
This is a fact. See how people use these words? Oh, that's his opinion. That's a No, this is a mathematical fact. I got to keep correcting people.
No, that's fair. You know, yeah. I just nobody was ever talk about like because people don't realize like they think it's like they don't have enough money or like they don't make enough or whatever. But it's like no, it's because you got debt, dude. Like if we just
money
pay down,
just for people in debt,
right?
They don't have no money, no,
right. And like this channel like focuses on that concept of how you know.
Do you know
if you
that,
want freedom, you can buy it.
Physical money doesn't exist for you. Do you know that?
Yeah, I do know that.
You know that, Brian.
Yep, and that's why I'm paying his debt off, having the business that's doing contract work. I'm going to get this debt as soon as possible. I'm 24, and I'm told that I'm super young, and so I know I have a future. I got to get this done now. I'm not going to let it pile up on me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got the cheat code in your 20s, bro. That's a fact.
I know, and I got to take advantage of it because hearing this, I'm like, man, I've been blessed with this knowledge. This knowledge is a one in a lifetime. I got to take advantage of it.
Yeah, the light bulb didn't hit for me until I was like in my late 20s for real. Then I was
money doesn't exist for you too, Brandon, right? You know money, physical money.
Oh, nah, yeah, I'm already knowing. It don't matter if I owe people, like, You know, I got money in my account, but it ain't mine.
No,
you know,
no,
if I'm paying it
you got
away,
no money in your account,
right? Yeah.
All you gotta do is open up the calculator, put in your money in your account minus your student loan debt. It equals your money in your account.
Nah, yeah. Until that's paid off, I ain't got no money. I think what triggers me the most is like, because you know I've been paying all this debt down. It's been going good, but in my head I'm like, damn, imagine all this fucking money if I just didn't owe people how much fucking money I have. Oh my god. I don't know if y'all ever thought that, but in my head I'm like, god damn, man, that's what really
listen, when I paid off my student loan debt, I said, damn, that's a car. Right? I could have bought a car, but I freed myself. Myself was more important.
Oh no, for sure. But I was just in my head, I'm like, god damn, bro, I had so much money, bro. I wouldn't have to be doing none of all that. Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, but I like how the like capitalism is psychological, because like people don't, it really do be like, you know, people are tied to their jobs, they're tied to their debt, and they don't even know it, bro.
You guys are both very young still, man. You guys are I'm telling you, you're gonna be multimillionaires by the time I'm 54. You guys will be multimillionaires by the time you're my age, because you still don't know yet when you get out of debt, something's gonna change here. Okay, you guys don't know yet because you got to free yourself physically first. But once it happens, you're gonna know what to do. You're gonna know exactly how to do it. It's not gonna be hard. You're gonna know exactly who to listen to, who to pick, who to do your business taxes, who to do this and that. You're gonna know exactly how to do it.
Right on. I don't know if you feel this way, LJ. Same to you, Brian. But as you pay down more debt, I swear it's like shit just be cheaper. Like it's more expensive to be broke for real. Like I swear.
No, that's true. No, that's true.
Everything is like, when I was in debt, I'm like, damn, everything. I'm like, you know, thinking about like how much everything costs, and now like as I'm getting out of debt, you know. I'm like, man, I don't even be thinking about it.
This is what you're experiencing right now. Okay. When you get out of debt, it's true. Everything is cheaper. You know why? Because you're paying for everything in cash. You're not financing everything in the taxes. When you go buy stuff, it's the price of the item plus tax, you leave. When you have no money, it's the price of the item, tax, and then you finance the whole thing with an interest rate. That's why everything's expensive. The price of everything is different for each person who buys it.
Mm-hmm.
So it counts on. So if I bought a TV, I bought it in cash. The TV cost me $1,000 plus tax. I walk away. But if a debt slave buys it, it counts on the interest rate of their credit card of how much that TV is going to cost and how long. See? Right. That's why everything seems cheaper, because it is for you. It's true. I went through all of that. I'm like, damn. Everything don't seem to cost as much. Man, this is nice. And that's what it is.
Right. No, I'm just glad there's somewhere like it was a concept, or let's say not a concept, a fact. I got you.
You know what it's gonna do? It's gonna affect your dating life too, Brandon. I gotta tell you.
I'm in a relationship, and I've been in one for about like 8-9 years.
Is she with you on this?
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
She is with you on it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good.
So it helps a lot. We was both debt slaves for real. We was both debt slaves. So we getting out this matrix.
Okay.
You know, because you know you just want more freedom, more options in your life. You know, the debt don't give you that. The debt is, people don't realize it, man. That shit. If you don't want choice, just remain a debt slave.
I hope you guys reach this level of the 6th sense, man. You guys you keep coming along, man. You'll get here. Once you get here, I can do anything. I'm gonna show you guys.
I appreciate you putting this stuff out, you know, for people to listen to, you know, especially like just the like capitalism being psychological, but people don't understand that they just locked into their situation. And like you said, debt slaves don't even know it. That's the scary part. It's like you could go through your life and just be like, damn, I didn't even realize like how much debt I was in. People don't even know how much debt they're in.
No, they don't care either.
Yeah. That shit's scary. Yeah, right?
Don't even care.
But I mean, I'm probably let somebody else on.
All right, man.
LJ, as always, you know, Brian, you know, good luck to both of you and any endeavors y'all got going.
You too, man. You got this. You got this. Trust me. You're on the way. You're good.
Thank you.
And don't downplay your achievements, man. You're killing it. You're gonna keep doing it, man. Trust me. Like you're obviously smart to do that, so don't let that downplay, because I think a lot of people don't really know what their potential is, and then they see it and they're like, oh, I did good here, but it won't last. Like,
right. I appreciate that. No, I'm gonna just stay locked in and just keep listening to this, because I be going down to LJ, like all the lives. I be watching shit from like when the pandemic started. I'll be going all the way down there and watching all that stuff. So
they'll always be valid, because debt slaves will always be here.
Yeah. Now, you know what? Before I go, one thing you said that had me dying laughing, man. You were like, sometimes you'll pause when you talk. You were like, man, debt slaves finance hamburgers, and I don't know why. I just could not stop laughing off that. Oh man, they do though. They do. Man. They do.
They finance hamburgers.
I see Five Guys packed, bro. I'll go to, like, say if I do like a delivery DoorDash or something like that, I just see it packed, man. I'm like, damn, they really do be financing hamburgers,
man. You see how much they pay for delivery? I'm not paying that much for fast food,
bro.
Crazy,
dude. I was DoorDashing a lot last year, and obviously keeping the taxes, I'm on point with that. But like, you see so many people, and the crazy part about it, bro, you'll do a delivery, right? Say I'm at Five Guys, and then the place be half a mile. I'm like, yo, you could have just came and picked this up. In my head, I'm like, all right, man, I'll drive there. It's like up the street, and then they'll just be like, yo, thank you. And I'm like, that's crazy, man. So people financing.
How much tell me this. How much does a meal end up being when you got to go pick it up and deliver it for them?
Oh, you're talking about like if a DoorDash driver? I mean, obviously it depends on what you get, but let's just go with Five Guys and like a combo. Yeah. Combo for Five Guys be like $15,
right?
On top of delivery and tip. If they tip, you're talking like $22 to $25 for delivery
for a hamburger,
right?
Oh,
yeah,
hell no.
Nah, it's crazy.
And they're using a credit card to pay for it.
That's insane. Yeah. They're using the credit card after all of that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like 25. Because say if I get $8 for the order, I'm only going up half a mile, so that's a quick 8 for me. But then,
you know what I just realized? Realized as we talked? Debt slaves finance tips.
They do. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Because I be thinking that.
And worse and worse.
Right. And then they have too with the DoorDash or Uber, whatever you do. They'll have like the little, like the subscription. So you pay like, I don't know, $5, $10 a month to make the delivery cheaper, but then they still tax you on the delivery too. Man.
See, but when you come to the positive side, this is what happens, Brandon and Brian. When you come to the positive side, you create a company like Uber.
Yeah.
Or, but your own version of whatever. That's how you're going to be a billionaire.
They make so much money just off of being the middleman. It's kind of crazy for like, damn, man. But
that's how you do it, man.
Yeah, that's how you do it. But no, I'm gonna let y'all go. Right, much love. I'm still listening if you guys are still on. And,
okay.
You guys have
one more time to see if anybody's before I leave. How long we've been on? Hour and 30. Okay.
Yep. You guys have a good rest of your night.
All right,
you too.
All right.
Thanks for coming up.
Yep. Peace.
I was going to ask. So there's. I'm not gonna. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
I'm not going to out the YouTuber because there's no need, but I was watching a video of him last night. So I see things differently now, obviously with his knowledge, not all the way, but he was talking about investing in real estate. And I know you told me not to think they're debt slaves, and sometimes they might know the truth mathematically and they're just putting out information for the debt slaves. And so he was talking about a real estate deal he did where he, instead of having a down payment, he borrowed the down payment from a hard money lender. And then he got the rest of it financed to the bank. And then after doing some work, whatever he did, then he finally refinanced, paid off the hard money lender. To me, it sounded crazy. And even businesses, it made no sense. And so the guy just looked like, I was like, this is not making any sense to me. And I'm just looking at him. And he I'm just like, I don't trust you. I don't know what it is, but what you're saying mathematically makes no sense. You're talking about financial freedom and you're getting a hard money lender for a down payment on a rental property?
Right. all this money he's borrowing, hard money, then a regular borrow payment of all that borrowing. No.
Yeah, and Dave Ramsey even outed him out, and which is funny. He saw a video of the guy and about like what is this guy doing? And I know, I get it. Dave Ramsey has a business, so the baby steps plan is just a business. Even though he can't break the laws of mathematics, it's just business, because they'll always say this. Like one guy on the show was like, "Yeah, you're a baby steps millionaire. Like you're baby steps debt free, even though they'll have a mortgage. Like most of them have a mortgage." And they're like, "Oh, I'm debt free." They'll even do a debt free scream.
Right.
And I'm like, "You have a mortgage. You're like 500,000 in the hole."
Does Dave let them do does he let them do a debt free screen with a mortgage?
Yes, yeah, because we'll listen to it, me and my fiance, and he'll ask of like all the debt they paid off, if they paid their home off or not. And if they do, he'll like, "Oh wow, that's awesome." And if they don't, then he's like, "Oh, you're still debt free." And then they'll be like, "We're debt free." And I'm like, "Wait, what?"
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. So he's telling them, they're saying, "Oh, you paid your house off too? Okay, great." So you think that debt-free scream is the same debt-free scream as a person with a mortgage? It's not. But that's business, though.
That's business. Like he even says, like, there was one person who called and said, "Hey, I have a mortgage and it's a lot, and I also have this other debt, and I want to pay off my mortgage as well, and the baby steps too." And they're like, "Oh no, wait off on your mortgage. You need to to pay off all the other debt, the consumer debt. They don't think the mortgage is consumer debt. Pay off the consumer debt, leave the mortgage, and then do these other steps, and then get to the mortgage eventually."
I know, right? Do all these other steps while having the mortgage,
which makes no sense. Save your kids' college.
That's how you know it's business, because if you mathematically, now millions of people don't know this, okay? You cannot do any of Dave Ramsey's steps while having after the more. You can't, right? But they don't know that. None of those people. But if they knew that, he wouldn't make no money.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, because he even said there's a rare video I've saved where he said that he didn't follow his own baby steps when he went bankrupt and he was trying to get rid of all his debt. He paid off everything. He never even got a mortgage. He paid a house cash. He says he never borrows money ever. He never will. And he originally changed a plan where he had it that people, step one, save $1,000. Step two, pay off all debt in your mortgage. A bunch of people bucked at it, and so he realized that he couldn't do that, and so he changed the original steps from doing that, because people were like, "It's too much." Like they couldn't handle it.
Trust me, I understand Dave's plan because it's business. Because that's people. You got to remember, the majority of people do not believe they're going to pay off their house. They just. So imagine how many people, if he didn't allow people to come up and do a debt-free screen if they had a mortgage, there would be so many less people coming up and doing a debt-free screen, because they still have mortgages.
Yeah.
But it's business. So he gets those people in, do the debt-free screen, encourages other people. Then they get to see his Vestor Pros, and then they're going to pay the Vestor Pros to help invest in all this other stuff. So
it's all business. I just see it for that. I don't take it personally. It's just business.
Well, and plus you got to think about it too. When you free and you start your own business, you got to look at like the Dave Ramsey model, and you got to follow. You can follow, okay, this is how Dave does it to create business and make money and this and that, right? Because it's reality. You know, it is reality. If you wait for people to pay off their mortgage, you ain't gonna make no money.
Well, I always saw it like I wanted to, like, right now I have the contracting business, but what I really want to do, like when I'm debt free and I have money in the bank, I want to start a company to make toys, electronic toys. I don't have a degree in electronics, but I just don't think that's important. Like, I don't know. Now I'm starting to see things differently. Like, you don't need a degree to do everything. You just hire the right people. That's how wealthy people who know this knowledge, they just use the right people for the right job, and they create businesses.
When you pay off all your personal debt, your mind is going to be more clear.
Yeah.
To know what you want to do next. Okay. So try not to skip too far ahead. It's okay to imagine what you want to do.
Yeah. I just think about it.
But just think, make sure it just stays thinking. Okay. Because when you become debt free, it's going to become more clear of your direction. You're going to be like, oh, I need to do this, and this first, and then I can do that. Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm not trying to dwell on it, because I'm like, I want to do this thing, but I don't know electronics, and I don't want to get a degree and all that, and I don't even want to think about it. It's like a fog to me.
Think about it this way. I'm gonna open a tax firm that I'm gonna own. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be doing taxes. I'm going to have all the employees are going to be tax professionals. But they're going to all understand that capitalism is psychological, positive, and negative. They're all the tax.
You're just a business owner who rounded all them up. You hire them out. Yeah, I see what you mean now.
I'm going to share with them that what they don't learn in school. Capitalism is psychological, positive. That's not taught in college. So with my knowledge and with their college knowledge to work, to learn the system that we work in, I'm going to have the best professional, one of the best professional tax firms in the United States of America without knowing taxes personally.
Oh, I see now. I see. Because there's things you can learn outside college. This knowledge. You don't get taught it in school. Because this knowledge is important.
I don't need to know in the details of tax. I know about taxes psychologically. I know how they work. But the details will be for the tax professional.
I understand now. It's not about you knowing everything. You just know the main thing like that. You just get the right people for the right job.
Correct.
Okay, I'm understanding that. It's a fog to me still, but now that makes it clear. But I will focus on the debt, and once I get there, I'll have a free mind to even go there. So I'm holding off on that, like you said.
It's like when you have the money, you're going to pay the professionals that already have the knowledge. Like there are people right now that don't know that I can just give them the blueprint, the mathematical blueprint to accelerate them, like the Starship Enterprise, like beaming them from out of the debt matrix to the positive side. They don't know what that means. They don't know that I can literally do that. So I probably have to find somebody famous or somebody to do it too. And then once this famous person says, hey, LJ's smart, he knows how to do, and then it'll take off.
I completely understand what you're saying. I'm not going to hold you up, but again, what you're doing is amazing. I want to let you know if you ever think, I think you already know that a lot of people just won't tune in because they're debt slaves, but I want to let you know I'm a debt slave and I tuned in because of your collaboration with Fresh. And part of it was because when you said debt slave, I've known it's a biblical term even, and it makes sense. I mean, you're a debt slave, and I never got triggered by it. It intrigued me because I'm like, wow, when you said it like that, I was like, yeah, mathematically it does make sense. And I'm telling you, there's people out there who still just, once they hear you, it will click. I think there's people who are just missing that extra click of you bring that last piece that clicks. It's like they're just missing that piece of a train track, and you're just coming right in and you connect the whole thing.
Yeah. That's exactly how it feels too. I'm missing that piece right there, click, because it just makes mathematical sense. So, yep.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get off. I'll have a good one, and I'll tune into the live later on if you're gonna keep living. But I pay attention to all the lives. I watch them, so it's great when you make them.
Yeah, I'm putting more lives on the 6 Cents channel too. So.
Yeah, I'm checking those out as well. I was watching the other one the other day. That was on that as well.
Cool. All right, Brian. See you later, sir. So if you guys, here's the blueprint, okay? And it's just like if you're a Star Trek fan, it's like I'm beaming you from the Star Trek Enterprise down to a planet, but I'm beaming you from the negative side to the positive side. I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm going to say it one more time, then I'm getting out of here. Your credit report is your owner's ledger. It keeps track of all the businesses that own you. The credit score are reward points for staying in debt with the owners listed on your credit report. Your credit report is that's your slave papers. The price to own yourself is your total debt listed on your credit report. That is the price tag for you. If you ever want to be free, that's how much it costs. If you ever want to have peace in your life, no negativity, no stress, no problems, plenty of sleep, plenty of peaceful sleep, 8+ hours of sleep every single night, I can get that for you. I can help you reach that. Have you ever had that before? Have you ever had no debt in your life? Here, I know a way to give you a temporary feeling of what it would be like to feel what I'm talking about right now. You see how you're living today? Imagine if you owned everything in your life right now and you didn't have one single payment. Everything was owned, everything. You didn't have no payments of anything. You see how it feels? That's how it feels. But one thing you don't know, you see that feeling you get if you own everything you have with no payments? You know what your next thing you would say? Why do I have that job? I'm giving 40 plus hours a week to a job. Why am I doing that? But when you're in debt, you don't know that. But when you get out of debt, you'll be like, why am I letting my manager talk to me like dog shit? That doesn't happen anymore. You only allow that because you're in debt. You're an adult. That's your boss, not your dad, not your mom. So they can't talk to you like that. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you, everybody. What's up, Jacquees? Came in towards the end. Thank you, everybody, for joining today. Like I said, check out my other channel, 6 Cents channel, number 6 IXTHCENTS. All right. All right. Until next time, you guys have a good one. Share this video if you like it. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to reach out to me and you want a consultation, you can reach me at SavingsMinusDebt@gmail.com. If you enjoyed the video, Cash App is SavingsMinusDebt. Hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button if you want to as well. All right. Till next time, later.